One of the issues for him is this reforming the blueprint for education in Maryland bill, which is the law right now. It's a long-term plan for Maryland education. I'm going to say I love everything about it. My wife is a teacher. I hear a lot about all the problems in Maryland education, no question about it. I'm going to say I love everything about it. But the changes that Moore proposes are not, in my opinion, good.
No.
So the blueprint bill that was signed avoids some of the most severe education cuts. Some of those cuts were proposed by Governor Moore. To me, this goes to reparations, addressing the people who are currently living lives that are not complete, not full, that don't have enough because of the impact of slavery. So if you look at what Moore proposed, and I highlighted this, and he's mad because the legislature said no to some of his proposals. So I highlighted, proposes a decrease in funding for special education, low income and English language learners, and keeping funding for community schools at current levels. In other words, they won't rise even if the need or costs rise. That to me is reparations in reverse. You can say you're for reparation, which he, by the way, vetoed the plan, but he said he supports it. We've already done enough studies. We know what we need. Well, what more would be helpful? I mean, I'm saying we don't need to do more than this. You're saying you don't want funding for low income schools.
Yeah.
And the special ed, I'm not saying this is disproportionately a problem in the black community, but in poor communities, which are often disproportionately black, the people there can't afford to provide for kids who have disabilities, emotional challenges, physical challenges. You know, wheelchair's really expensive.
Yeah.
You need medical treatment for a kid who has some kind of emotional challenge. That's really expensive. And Moore is saying, I'm not gonna fund that.
No, he's saying basically let people not have a good education. We want to make sure that you're set up for non-success. I mean, I have friends who were teachers, and they're saying they have a class of almost like 40 kids where about 80% of them have IEPs. So it's like they need more support. And Wes Moore is basically like, yeah, no, let's try cutting our education. Let's try doing what Trump is doing, because this seems similar to like a Trump light of like, hey, let's just start defunding the education system. This just goes in part of what Wes Moore is, a corporate style Democratic governor. There's nothing really there. And I mean, yeah, you look at his stance on education, reparations, any of his stances, it's all like he's just setting himself up to be like that moderate centrist presidential candidate. And there's nothing special about him. He's non-threatening.
He's non-threatening.